Welcome to Great Greys, your one-stop shop to finding winners across Australia from the world of greyhound racing. Host David Shortte is joined by Hall of Famer Neil Brown, Jason Campbell to look at Queensland and Tasmanian chasing, Sean Matheson looking at South Australian chasing, New South Wales expert Simon Orchard, and the Shane Train Williams rounds it out with his key plays and kennel mail in WA. Now, over to the team for this week's edition of Great Greys.
Yes, good morning and welcome along to Great Greys on this Thursday morning, the 6th of November 2025. David Shortte with you. Hope you're travelling particularly well. We'll do our best to get the show rolling and done. I know it's a very busy day of racing, so we'll do our best to get all of the tips out and look after the punters there and then get back to Oaks Day, all of the coverage there. It's another wonderful day on the Australian racing calendar. Let's get straight into it with the Shane Train Williams. He's been a magnificent contributor to this program on the way through, and it's great to be catching up with him again on this Thursday morning. Hello, Train.
Good morning, Shorty. Good morning, listeners. How are you today, mate?
Yeah, going well. You sound a lot fresher than yesterday morning when I heard you on the boys on the Sports Daily. The golf trip, of course, for the fellow greyhound trainers over the Melbourne Cup Carnival. How did it go for you this year?
Yeah, it went really well for my team, Shorty. We got the chocolates. There's good bit of banter there with the lads, and it was a great trip. And we sort of do it every year towards the Melbourne Cup, and spend a day just in an Airbnb there with a few drinks watching the Cup. So it was good, and obviously no good for me in the Cup this year. It was a blackout, as it was for most people. But you could have probably found the winner half yours, Shorty. It was very, very well found in the Caulfield Cup, but I didn't find it this year, unfortunately.
No, it wasn't to be, but nonetheless, it was always a great day. Plenty of people getting involved and enjoying the festivities of Melbourne Cup Day. Well, it might not have been ideal for you on Melbourne Cup Day, but you didn't have to wait too long to turn things around. Good night for the kennel there last night at Cannington with a treble. Yeah,
no, it was really good, Shorty. We're on the clock back. I haven't had a treble for a while, but I thought a few of them might have had a few sticky draws, but they sort of began well and negated them. And I think obviously our little favourite dog, Red Hot Bernie, got the job done again in fine fashion. He's just a little pocket rocket, the dog, and he went on his winning way. And good to see the first one win for a few of the boys in the Sparks of Flying Syndicate, Rocky and Kinlock, and then Rip and Pedro finished it off with a nice win from box 7. So it was a good win, Shorty, and a good night, and made getting up this morning a lot easier, that's for sure.
Yeah, indeed. No, well done. Good reward for your efforts there with a treble overnight. And we go back to Saturday night. Of course, the feature was the Canning Show Cup final. You stepped up Iconic Jet to the 601 metres for the first time. I thought it was a tremendous performance handed in by the dog. It was just run down in the shadows of the post by last year's WA Greyhound of the Year, Miss Envy, but I don't think he lost too many admirers off that run. It was a really nice effort. What did he run? Sub 34.50 there in defeat. You've got to tip your hat to the dog and the way that it stretched out to the 600. I must admit, early on in its career, I would have laughed at you if you'd said that the dog would be running those sorts of times over the 601, but I thought it was very, very gallant in defeat there on Saturday night.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't have been the only one that would have laughed, Shorty. I would have laughed myself. But, look, we're very proud of him. And anyone that listened last week, I basically said what would happen. Spencer just made him work that little bit hard, and he sort of didn't get to the lead to the catching pen. So that early use up of the petrol tickets cost him at the end, unfortunately. If Spencer just missed it a touch and he had just got the soft lead, I think he would have won quite easily. But that's racing, as they say. We're very proud of him. He pulled up really well, and he's enjoying his week off in the sun, and we'll aim up again next week in the heats of the Mandurah Cup, where I think the box draw is very crucial there on that bend start. So it's going to be probably a lot of speedsters, 400-metre dogs stepping up to the 488. So you need to sort of draw well in the heat and final next week to feature in that Mandurah Cup. 60,000 to the winner, so they don't give them away. But nonetheless, I'm really happy where my bloke is, and we're really proud of his efforts last week. He gave his all, and he couldn't ask for any more, Shorty.
No, it was outstanding. And, we so often talk about the old 600 back to the 500, how that can really be good for greyhounds. Hopefully that's the case when we see Iconic Jet in action there in those Mandurah Cup heats. And of course, this Saturday night, another big night of chasing out there at Cannington. We've got the Young Stars Classic final at Group 3 level. Really open affair. Just a Piastri, our $3.50 favourite from box 8. Starlight Snowy off the inside, 480 to 440 for Paul Stewart. Career Highlight 6 into 550 from box 6. Next thing you know, another of the Withers runners, 6 firm at that quote. The first reserve flop shots there at $6. Divot $6.50 in firm. West on Model 6 to 6.50. Iconic Guess the second reserves at $10. La Castellet from box 4, 12 in firm. And the outsider is number 7, Just a Nuisance at $26. You can make a case for plenty of these in the feature on Saturday night.
Yeah, absolutely, Shorty. Box 1 in a final, Paul Stewart, obviously going to be very hard to beat. And just looking at the race, I haven't done it properly yet, but next thing you know, drawn in 4 or 5, is it 4? I thought Career Highlight would get a good card over. Next thing you know, likes to begin well and crash to the fence. So I thought them two early on, without doing much form, would be the hardest to beat in that race.
Yeah, well, so next thing you know, 5, and that brings Career Highlight in 6 over with it, as you've alluded to there. So, yeah, going to be very, very interesting to see how things pan out there on Saturday night for the Young Stars Classic, a race that's produced many stars of WA chasing over the last certainly 20-odd years. Chasing tonight at Mandurah Train. Anything for the punters to get involved with there this evening?
Yeah, good little card there at Mandurah night, Shorty. I thought we'd kick it off race 3, number 1, Osprey Kronos. Racing really well at late without winning, with the exception of last week. He had been racing in provincial class company and was finding that a bit tough. Returns to country class tonight, and he was a nice third last start in that country class grade. And last time he drew the red, Shorty, was 6 starts back, and he cashed in running 22.60 odd. So I think I repeated that again tonight. It would be hard to beat race 3, number 1.
Race 3, number 1, Osprey Kronos, the first of the specials. The next?
Yeah, race 5, number 3, Sunset Buckles. She's been running well of late since Dave Hobby dropped her back to the 300 metres. Was an absolute tragedy beat last start. Dead set should have won. We're relying on a lot of luck. She's a bit tardy early, but really does smash the line over the 300. I thought we could play her each way tonight, Shorty. Race 5, number 3.
Okay, and the 30 specials tonight at Mandurah.
Yeah, race 10, number 6, Sunset Skylight. Been disappointing. Her last 2 runs gone under at short quotes there, Shorty, but I thought the map looked quite kind to her tonight with boxes 4 and 5, showing good speed and wanting to head towards the fence. She can explode out of the traps this one on her night, and we haven't seen that the last 2, so hopefully she can do that tonight and get the job done for the punters. 10-6 to finish herself.
All right, so 3-10 Osprey Kronos, 5-3 Sunset Buckles, 10-6 Sunset Skyline. Marvellous night of chasing to look forward to at the Meadows on Saturday night. There's top racing from top to tail, but we've got the Group 1 Hume Cup final over the 600 metres. Nigel DeVere at $4, Urana Xavier $4.20, Zelda Cavillia at $4.80, Magpie Hector $5.50, accredited $6. Summer Quinn's second reserve at $7.50, Paul Petrov first reserve $8.50. Ascend Ecstatic got the job done as a 50 to 1 pop there on Monday night. Melbourne Cup Eve was a great run. It's at $10. Paul Vortex $10 and Shadows of Blue at $13. I'll be having a peanut on Ascend Ecstatic. It was the quickest qualifier there on Monday night. Goes around at big odds again. It's a bit of a hit and miss dog, but at those prices, enough to get me for a little nibble.
Yeah, I don't mind Urana Xavier in that 600-metre race, Shorty. It's one that just flops out and just loves the rail. So big dog, and I thought its run was really good the other night. So something on that for me. The Top Gun I haven't really looked at, but I see there's a couple of scratchings in the Top Gun as well, so it makes it a bit interesting. So
yeah, Top Gun stayers we'll touch on. Without a trace, I think it's the best stayer in the country at the moment. Very attractive canine from the Prosciutto Kennel. It's our $2.30 favourite. Past market $4.80. Good luck to our mate Marco with that one. Ethanol Water at $5. Aiden's Warrior from New South Wales, a $7 chance. Late Night News. Likewise, the Sydney Cider, it's an $8 chance. Red Dirt Road's been going really well up in Queensland. It's a $12 chance. Fade to Black at $12 and Springvale Bray at $21 chance for the stayers. I'll be teaming up with Without a Trace.
Yeah, similar to me. Very good dog. Seen it return to form at Wentworth Park and back on its home deck. Very hard to beat.
And in the Top Gun, it's the South Australian visitor, Mally Beauty. That's the $2.50 fave. Comes up with box 1. Big week for South Australia with half yours winning the Cup, the McAvoy South Australian connection, of course the Jamie Mellon connection. All of SA were absolutely loving life on Tuesday there with the team combining to win the Cup. They could have even more Group 1 success in one of the biggest races on the greyhound calendar on Saturday night with Mally Beauty at 250, Ariza Sparkles at 5, Sooty Keeping 6, Slick Splits First Reserves at 650, Mpunga Award 850, Deadly Avenger 9, 10 for Smooth Plane, 12 for Flying Zulu, Flying Johnny's there is a $12 chance a second reserve. Can SAE make it two big ones in the same week, Train?
It can. I think it's very short, 250. I mean, it's got to do it in Melbourne, doesn't it? You know, it's a big rise in class, but maybe a rise of Sparkles for me. Just maybe can cross to the front and lead, and Stephen Fitch is having a good run with his dogs.
Yeah, 29.74 Mally Beauty went from box 4 there going back a couple of weeks ago at the Meadows. So certainly had a look at the track and can run the time. Gee, some of its times in Adelaide have been extraordinary, sub 30. 2 of its last 4 there. So it'll be great to see it go around. But it's another wonderful edition of the Top Gun. That'll be at the Meadows on Saturday night. Anything from your kennel worth following over the next little bit, Train?
Oh, I think we'll struggle on Saturday night, Shorty. Tricky draws and... I think we'll struggle. Maybe next Wednesday we'll have a winner there and we'll tip it out on the Sports Daily.
All right, good stuff. Appreciate your time, Train. Thanks so much. Enjoy Oaks Day, and we'll catch up with you again in the very near future. We'll hear from you tomorrow morning with Diggs and TC from 6:30.
Thanks, mate. Have a good night.
There we have it, the Shane Train Williams with us here on TAB Radio, where it's 10:15. We're 5 minutes away for our next race for broadcast here on TAB Radio. It's the first of the day at Gosford, Matty. Time now to catch up with the Hall of Famer Neil Brown on Oaks Day. Brownie, great to have your company. How do we find you today?
Yeah, terrific, David. Looking forward to Heats of the Laurels Classic tonight at Sandown. A race steeped in history, been with us since 1963, and we're going to get a nice final, I think, from these 4 heats tonight. But, good card of racing at Sandown tonight.
Looking forward to all the action. The first race gets underway, 3:55 Western Standard Time this afternoon. Take us through your thoughts on the early quaddie.
Yeah, I think we can find this in 3, the early quad. 4-1-6 in the first leg. I've got Flying Offshore on top. Looks the best of this lot. Fell out and got home really hard in the heat, 1 to beat. Race number 2, 5:15 metre grade 5 final here. I'm taking 6, 4 and 7. I've got the 6 on top, Betty's Garden. Placed 5 times here, probably due for a win, and is racing okay. So we've got the 6 on top. Race number 3, 5.95 grade 5 here. I've got 1, 6 and 5 taking the top. The topping here, number 1, just got paid. In form, couple of wins at the Meadows in the Greyhounds last 3 starts, and might be hard to beat from box 1. And rounding the early quad out is a 5:15 metre free-for-all. Good race, 8-4-6. I think we saw a very smart greyhound in Barefoot Zulu last week. Has just airborne at the moment, won his last 4, and I think he just wins, but he is priced accordingly at $1.20 or shorter. Moving to the main quad tonight, the 4 heats of the Laurels Classic. Heat number 1 is race 5, all over the 5:15. And I'm taking 4, 5 and 2. I've got the 4 on top, University. Good record here, 3 and 1 from 5, 29.40. You know, is it the Greyhound's best form? And I think in an open race might be the one to beat. I'm taking also Chloe Star, number 5, South Australian Oaks winner. Never been to Sandown, box 5 quad an assignment, but I think it's got plenty of ability. And the 2 is nicely drawn. Poor Gertrude has won here in 29.55 and is drawn okay. Second leg of the quaddie, the second heat of the Laurels. I'm taking 7, 8 and 1. Zipper on time on top here, 110 from 11. Last date at Wentworth Park, absolutely flies the boxes. For most of the draws, looks very hard to beat. The 8 Lightning Speed is the danger, racing okay. First start here on the track from the 8, they're quite an assignment. And I think the red Johnny Black, drawn okay, has won here and has won 4 of her last 5 starts, so also in good form. Race number 7, Laurels Classic, Heat 3, 5, 6 and 1 for me. I've got poor Zura on top, won a couple in fast time, 29-25 here on the track. Is in good form, has got a lot of early pace. The 6 Delicate, another with form here, 29-17 winner, 2 and 3 from 5, and has won her last couple at Geelong. And the red, I think, Mapunga Lily's got some sort of chance, well drawn, racing okay, and certainly got a chance from that box. Rounding the quaddie off, good race here, terrific race, race number 8. I'm taking 4, 1 and 7. Dashing Sleigh races well here, 4 from 5. Won the launching pad, of course, early in the year. 4th in the Adelaide Cup after winning a heat. High speed, classy bitch, back 2 bitches only race, I think, will suit her. Tawini Therese off the red box, smart type, well drawn, won 18 and 3 from 23. Flies the boxes, faultless beginner. Not much in this one between these two, I think. And between 4 and 1 and 7, certainly a chance. Can You Excite Me? Racing in great form, 6 and 2 from 8. First start here, another faultless beginner. I think it's led 8 of its last 8 starts. So a really good race to round the quaddie off. Looking for best bets, there wasn't much that stood out, David, I thought tonight. Pretty competitive racing. I like in race 11, number 3, Dapper Chap. Don't think there's much pace drawn around the greyhound at all. 3 and 2 from 5 starts. Should lead and maybe get home at about the 390 mark. So an each way bet there in race number 11, number 3, Dapper Chap. So good luck and good punting. We've got some great racing Saturday night with the 2 top guns for the stayers and the sprinters. I think South Australia may break free for the first time, David, with the beautifully drawn Melly on the little girl on the inside there, drawn perfectly. Without Trace, I think, can win the distance race. But, yeah, Top Gun action at the Meadows on Saturday night. Looking forward to that.
Should be outstanding.
Off the red,
Indeed. Thank you, Brownie. Appreciate your time. Matty, we'll throw back to you for race 1 of the day there at Gosford. 24 minutes after 10 here on TAB Radio. Time to have a look at the program tonight there at Angle Park and talk all things South Australian chasing with Sean Matheson. G'day, Sean.
Hi, David. Yeah, great to be on the show again with you today. And, yeah, really looking forward to tonight's Angle Park program and racing over the weekend in SA. And also we've got plenty of SA interest in other states around Australia, particularly in Victoria. So, yeah, really looking forward to the next few days of racing for sure.
Big time. And, of course, you speak mainly of the Meadows on Saturday night. The Group 1 Top Gun and Mally Beauty's come up with box number 1, the star of SA Chasing, winner 29 of her 38. She was excellent, winning at the Meadows in 29.74 recently, and comes up with the perfect marble for the big one on Saturday night. Yeah,
most definitely. In a big Group 1 like that, David, you never knock box 1. She probably likes it a little bit off the track, out in 3-4 would probably be perfect. But she has just so much early brilliance that the race is of high quality. But she's drawn a good box. She should hopefully lead and win again for South Australia. She's a little superstar, so. Hopefully she does perform at her absolute best on the biggest stage, and no doubt, I'm pretty sure she will, and I reckon she can get the job done.
Indeed. It looks well placed there. The market reflects that $2.50 favourite on the fixed odds with a tab touch. Let's see if we can't build a bit of a bank, though, heading into the weekend. We've got a 12-race card to look forward to this evening there at Angle Park. Take us through your best bets.
Yeah, so the best bets for tonight are all around the sort of the $2 mark. So I think it's that type of meeting. The first one does come up in race 6, and it's number 2, Optimistic Rain for Robin McKellar. This is a final from heats that were conducted last week. Optimistic Rain last week drew a wide box. Was disappointing on face value, but did have a slight injury. And so 7-day period should be okay this week. Go back 3 runs ago from box 6, ran 30.67. This greyhound has really good speed. Drawn box 2 tonight, around that $2.60 mark. With her being at her best, I think she leads and she wins this race.
All right, race 6, the check runner, Optimistic Rain. Next of your best bets?
Next comes up in the next race, race 7, number 2, Cassoni for Ryan Tugwell. There aren't too many dogs going better than this greyhound in South Australia. 2 starts ago, won a heat of the Gawler Cup from a wide draw, then ran third in the final without a hell of a lot of luck from a wide draw. Drawn box 2, looks perfect for him tonight to bounce back into the winners list. Should cross Fear the Dragon, who does like to get off the rail a little bit, but Cassoni has such good speed. Should spear to the front and be really, really hard to catch.
Race 7, the Czech runner Cassoni, and the third of your best bets tonight at Angle Park?
The third of them comes up in race 9, and it's number 4, Isabella's Blitz. So she ran a really good second last week. Now, we tipped Reality Is last week to beat her. There's no Reality Is in this race. She was a big run last week, to be fair. She got checked mid-race, kept coming, only beaten 2.5 lengths in running second. She was a Gawler winner over 6:43. She should have too much class for this field. She is $2.30 favourite, but I just think just with any sort of clear running at any stage in the race, she'll win this race.
All right, so race 6, number 2, Optimistic Rain. Race 7, number 2, Cassoni. Race 9, number 4, Isabella's Blitz. We've also got chasing on Friday at Gawler. Saturday morning, the time standard meeting there at Angle Park, and we bring it home with Sunday, Murray Bridge.
So one in each of those venues, David, for the listeners. So Gawler tomorrow, light race 6, number 1, Sadie for Karen Whittle. Was in Metro Company last start and ran a really good 4th over the middle distance. 6:43 at Gawler, drawn box 1, has a really good box 1 record. You might get a little bit of odds about her, so hopefully a bit of an each-way play, but I do think from an inside draw she'll be really hard to beat. The Saturday morning meeting, time graded as you mentioned. I do like race 7, number 1, Webleek Wonder for Kevin Bewley. Was a good winner Angle Park 2 starts back in 2012. Again, the very even field. Look to the red boxes here to dominate the program. So race 7, number 1, Webleek Wonder on Saturday. And then off to Murray Bridge on Sunday night. Light race 8, number 4, Will Pena for Damien Smith. From box 4 has won 5 of 7. So has box 4 there at Murray Bridge, a really good record. And a 1942 winner at Angle Park 2 runs ago. Good placing in Victoria last start. Really hard to beat for Damien Smith.
Race 6, number 1, Sadie, Gawler Friday. Race 7, number 1, Webleek Wonder on Saturday. And race 8, number 4, Will Pena, Murray Bridge on Sunday night. We'll be cheering hard for those 3 runners. And, of course, also on a Saturday night there at the Meadows, Mally Beauty, one of our favourites. She's been a star of SA Chasing and may well be her moment to shine on the big stage there on Saturday night in the Top Gun, a race reserved for the real genuine top liners of our sport. Mally Beauty, with her record, certainly fits the bill. We're hoping to see her spear out of box number 1 and give them something to chase in the big one there on Saturday night. Appreciate your time as always, Sean. All the very best. Enjoy Thursday night chasing there at Angle Park.
Oh, terrific, David, and we'll talk next week.
There we have it. Sean Matheson here on TAB Radio. It's bang on 10:30, Matty.
And at Gosford, it is correct weight. Tote pays on race number 4. The next at Flemington in 4 minutes' time. Get a fix at $3. 9 Cloudland, 2 Cloudland at 4. And Berkshire Shadow at $8. In fixed betting, the favourite at 3.10, get a fix. Cloudland at $5.50. Berkshire Shadow is at $7.50. And that race is due in around about 3 minutes' time, and Gawler comes up in 18.
Round out the program today with a chat to Simon Orchard to talk all things New South Wales chasing. Hello, Simon.
G'day, Shorty. How are you, mate?
Going beautifully, thank you, mate. Hope you're having a good cup week. I'll swing across to you. You can take us through your key plays in New South Wales chasing over the next few days.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks, mate. Big program today. Nowra, Wenty Park and the Casino Cup heats. So Nowra, 2-7 Out Express and 5-6 Cumbria Benny. Cumbria Benny, of course, a brother to Cumbria Jack, maybe the best dog in the country. Wenty Park, a bit of value. 4-1 Kiwi Harry, I think it was about $3.50 last time I checked. And 8-4 Zipping Shayna. You're almost getting double figures. So there's hopefully a bit of meat on the bone there tonight. And Casino, how about these cup heats? Some absolute ripping dogs going around. I like Apache Tiger in the first. That's race 6, number 2. Terrace Cedar in the second heat. That's race 7, number 3. And then McKeon, race 8, number 6, is really short, so maybe it's going to have to bookend a couple of your multis. That's the Casino Cup heats there tonight. And just quickly, if you want to have one play Saturday night at Wentworth Park, I'm just trying to get my form up in front of me here, Shorty, which I've lost just temporarily. One play, race 5, number 1, Calypso Rogue, a dog that went through the Masters Meteor Series for Henry or Harry Norman, a great fella and a dog that just seems to be getting better with age, mate.
Magnificent. Gee, that was nice and sharp from you. Let's hope the dogs are as quick out of the lids as you've been for us this morning here, Simon. Obviously, busy day with Oaks Day and the like, but we do appreciate you picking up the phone and going through some of your specials over the next few days in New South Wales chasing. We'll have a bit more time to be a bit more expansive next Thursday. Thanks as always for your time and have a great, wonderful weekend. We'll chat again next Thursday.
Appreciate that, Shorty. If you have an Eddie bets at casino, on pace and leader bias, that's what you want to bet with this afternoon. Hooroo.
Do your speed maps, get up on top of the speed there today at Casino in those cup heats. Nowra 2, 7 and 5, 6. Wentworth Park tonight 4, 1, 8, 4. Casino 6, 2, 7, 3, 8, 6. And we go to Wentworth Park Saturday, race 5, number 1, Calypso Rogue. If you've missed any of those tips, they will be up on the Tab Touch blog a little bit later on this afternoon, as well as across all of our social media networks. Tomorrow morning, chasing winners between 9 and 10. Myself, Jesse Earnshaw, Peter O'Neill will take you through all the winners for Friday night, man. Cannington on Saturday. Prior to that, we'll have our Friday Funny with Digby and TC from about 6:38 right after the Shane train tomorrow morning right here on TAB Radio. Thank you, Matty. Certainly a power-charged edition. Unfortunately, no Jace Campbell today. He's busy with his commitments with Wolfton, so he didn't have the form done. So he'll be back with us next week for our next edition. To your good self and everybody tuned in, Matty, enjoy the remainder of your Oaks Day.